What's up, guys? It's Drees the Beast. So today we got some very interesting details from a Japanese Kami player that was able to go out to the Akuma testing area in Japan. I think either today or yesterday was the final day, but he was able to provide some really juicy details on Twitter that just dropped and looked through everything. There's some really cool details in here that we may have missed just from the trailer. So what I'm going to do is highlight all of these tweets and go back and check through the trailer to see exactly what move he's talking about, what type of properties he's highlighting, so that we can really get a better feel for our master Akuma until he comes out in a couple of weeks. So if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel grow tremendously. And let's jump on in. All right, so right off the bat, we have a whole thread of Akuma details and some really cool details about his play style and everything like that. So this is from a player called Evie, 1901, MR Act 3 Kami player that lives in Japan. Yesterday, he was able to go out to test Akuma, and he got some info he would like to pass to us people, and we definitely appreciate it. So he says, all right, here goes. While it's insanely strong, having a frame 1 grab on a Shoto, that's Raging Demon he's talking about. Raging Demon isn't something you will have to be scared of often. His very low health pool makes it awkward to be yellow health, since 25% of 9,000 health is less than the usual. His health bar needs to be lower than other characters in order for him to get access to CA. The damage on Raging Demon feels like it is the same as Critical Art as well, so around 4,500 damage is my guess. So we'll stop there. So he's just going into details about Raging Demon. Everything here is completely correct. I mean, the assessment is correct. I mean, he has 9,000 health, so 1,000 health less than your standard character, right? So with CA only being available at 25% health, he's going to be in a much more dangerous spot than most characters when they have their CA available. So, but I mean, it's appropriate. I mean, Raging Demon is you're not really going to see that too often. I mean, you really don't see that too often in his other iterations. Street Fighter 4 or 5, you don't see it too often. I mean, 5, it was pretty easy to pull off Raging Demon, but here, obviously, it's a little more strict since it's tied strictly to his CA, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, for an animation to be that cool, and to only see it, in desperate moments, or, I feel like it only makes it more hype. So that's expected. I mean, Raging Demon is still one of the hypest, coolest moves. So when we do get the opportunity to see it, it'll still be great. Looks like it does around the same damage as a regular CA, which, I mean, I guess is fine. It's not a big deal. It's not something to scoff at. If it was something like 5,000 damage, that would be, I mean, half life from the CA, it'd be a little crazy, but hey, I'm cool with that. All right, so next tweet, or next portion rather. Akuma has a cancelable standing medium kick that has low range, which is unusual for the current Shotos, but he also has forward MK that looks very much like Ryu's and is used to poke. So let's take a look at that. So this is the forward medium kick, comparing it to Ryu's stand medium kick. This is it. And that looks like pretty good range. I mean, it's actually spectacular range. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I like that. So that's very good for a poke. And then he also mentions about the stand MK that has low range. So stand MK is shown like literally right after this. So here you can see that the range is very short. I mean, he's like right next to Ryu. This is a standing medium kick, as I can imagine. Very short. Looks like it's a target combo. I don't know if that additional kick is like an overhead. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, standing medium kick has low range, but that forward medium kick is definitely something to note, just on the high range and his ability to poke. See, that's real good. I like that. All right, so moving on to some of the other details, he also has a forward HP that extends really, really far, but is not special cancelable, which felt really good for poking. His regular stand HP also reaches really far and feels really good to confirm from whiff punishes. So let's take a look at that. So first, we're gonna look at the far range forward heavy punch. There it is, target combo 2. I mean, he steps right into it. I mean, that's very far. That's very far. So he mentioned that it's not special cancelable, but looks like it's simply cancelable into target combo. And there are characters in the game that have buttons like that. Definitely not that range. I mean, that's crazy. But in terms of not being special cancelable, but only being target cancelable, so that looks like his forward heavy punch. He also mentions, let's see here, standing. His regular standing heavy punch also reaches really far and feels really good to confirm from whiff punishes. So of course, standing HP will be cancelable, but apparently it also has really great range. So let's look at that. So his standing should be right here. Yeah, that looks about right. And that's great range too. That's great range too. So that's awesome. You know, they're the titans of standing heavy punches. Ken, Ed, Ryu, all very great standing heavy punches. It's safe, cancelable. Um, they're all really good. So he mentions that he gets great benefit from this, as I can imagine. So um, it's here and it's also here. You can see he's easily canceling that into Tatsu. So yeah, that definitely looks like a really strong tool to whiff punish. Probably just throw it out there. I mean, if it has similar frame data to like Ken's standing heavy punch, you know, if he gets punish counter off the standing heavy punch, if he gets like a punish counter just off of the standing heavy punch, no cancel or anything, and if the frame data is really good, he will be able to combo right off of the standing heavy punch without needing. He can just confirm it, throw it out there, counter hit or punish counter, and he can just do whatever he wants. So I can imagine it's similar. I mean, it's Akuma, right? I mean, he can do anything he wants. Okay, so Evie also states that his crouching medium kick is quite short, probably the worst among the Shotos. And he is absolutely correct. I mean, what the heck is this? Wow, this is so stubby. Wow, it's really stubby. This is definitely the worst crouching medium kick. And just in terms of range, I mean, just quickly imagine in your head, the Cammy, the Jury, the Ryu, the Ken, the this, the that, the crouching medium kicks. Chun Li is absurd range, right? This is like, look how close Ryu is to Akuma for this to hit. And it looks like it doesn't even hit. I mean, what is this hitbox? It's like hitting his back foot, not even. I'm confused. Yeah. So yeah, his assessment of this is just visually, it looks absolutely correct. I mean, it looks, the range on it looks awful, but hey, you can't have everything, right? You can't have everything. All right, so next tweet. His standing heavy kick is his double kicks, which have insane range, especially with drive rush. It is also around +6 on regular hit, since it links to his medium punches, stand medium kick on regular hit, and is really good to whiff punish big moves since it moves him forward. Okay, let's take a look at this because what he stated here is actually kind of an understatement. Let's check it out. Should be around here. So just look at the range of his standing heavy kick. Whoa, 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 whoa! Back that up. look how far Ryu was. I mean, he did donkey kick, and he still had enough range to land this. Oh my god, man, put that back. Hold on. That range is absurd. So he mentions that it's +6 on regular hit. So let's play this out. So you can see there that he was able to land his standing medium kick. Now, this hit, I believe, was a punish counter because he punished the donkey kick. Yeah, it was a punch counter. So he could easily get it off of easily get standing medium kick off of it. But Evie mentions that it's +6 on regular hit. So um, they've tested it. He's tested it. So even on regular hit, he should be able to get standing medium kick, and then continue with big combo like this. That's really good. That's really good. So he mentions it. It's also great to whiff punish big moves. I mean, using a heavy button to punish a whiff punish. I mean, that's phenomenal. Let's look at that range one more time. What is that? Sam. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. Okay, so continuing from the stand heavy kick, he says, I thought this move would be insanely good for pressure after drive rush, but the second hit whiffs on crouching opponents, which, if you know, becomes very easy to crouch block and punish. Kind of reminds him of Tekken, to be honest, funny enough. And then he continues speaking about his drive rush. But of course, that's very normal for heavy buttons to go over crouchers. Perfect example is Ed's stand heavy kick, where he like punches high into the air. That whiffs completely over crouchers. So sounds like the second hit behaves the exact same way. I don't know if it's range dependent, because some moves like Ed's crouching medium kick, it's very easy to go over crouchers, but if you're like close enough, if you're point blank, it'll hit the croucher. So I don't know if that's the case here, or if you're crouching, you're completely safe. I'm not sure, but he does talk about that a little bit. Okay, so next tweet. His drive rush is weird. He poses for a little while before rushing in, which gives it a weird timing for when you try to check it, especially on close distance drive rush jab scenarios. I got hit quite a few times trying to check it versus the players around the venue. So let's see what he means exactly when he says he poses a little bit. This is actually kind of funny. So let's go perfect frame here. Slow this down a little bit more. So he poses like some type of freaky goblin hunchback here. It's funny because there was a tweet, I think from anyway, it was a tweet from somebody on Twitter, kind of highlighting this stance, and it looks extremely funny, to be honest. I mean, it's it's like something off of like Michael Jackson's Thriller or something like that. But this is the stance that he's talking about. He poses for a little while before rushing in, which gives it weird timing for when you try to check it. So it sounds tricky to check it, which is great for us Akuma players. That's a huge plus. You can play this in like a little faster speed. So his drive rush looks pretty fast. I mean, pretty standard. I guess it's just that initial like wind up of the move that makes it a little tricky to check. But I'm sure something like when I think about stances, or like before the drive rush comes out, I'm thinking about like Rashid. he poses for a little bit before he takes off. It's probably similar to that, but it looks good. It looks strong. Okay, so in the next tweet, he kind of states that he was getting his butt kicked by an Akuma player there that was going really crazy. And then he goes on to state that Akuma's jump fireball seems really good to stuff anti-airs, but sometimes I would still get to Shoryuken through it and not get hit. I think if you hit Goki before the fireball hits, you won't get a trade hit for some reason, and his fireball will go right through you. Further testing needed once he comes out. So let's take a look at his air fireball and see. 104. Yeah, so I mean that assessment sounds about correct. If we look, here, first of all, the air fireball here looks a lot better, a lot smoother than Akuma's air fireball in Street Fighter V. It just looked weird. His body, like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Street Fighter V's Akuma's air fireball. But this one looks solid. It looks smooth, but it would make sense that, obviously you can Shoryuken through this, especially if it's range dependent, right? Depending on where Akuma does it in his jump arc. He stated that he was able to sometimes Shoryuken through it and not get hit. So if you hit Goki before the fireball hits, you won't get trade. You won't get hit by the fireball. So that's interesting. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's anything to be concerned with. It's still obviously. I mean, it's Akuma. It's his air fireball. I mean, that's hard to stop in any game. So he said further assessment required. So we'll just have to see once the character comes out. So he states that his quarter circle back punch, the fire punch thing, looks like it has properties similar to Hashogeki on block, being plus frames on heavy but slower startup, but safe on light but fast startup. So you guys are familiar with Ryu's Hashogeki, the quarter circle back, I believe it's quarter circle back, fireball, the one that he doesn't let go, but the one that he hits you with, that's like stays in his hand. So it sounds like it's similar to that. He states, I would sometimes trade hits with Goki doing it, and he would get a combo from it afterwards. That's cool. I like that. I think much like Jinrai, this move will kind of carry Goki through the lower ranks because being able to spam it and trade versus people who mash jab for a combo will be really strong when they don't know what to do. So let's take a look at the move that he's referring to. I believe it's around here. Oh yeah, that's about. Definitely a new addition to Akuma's moveset. I don't know if he had something like this in Tekken 7. I don't know if he had something like this. Maybe they're referencing it, but really cool move. So yeah, BM plus on heavy but slower startup, but safe on light but fast startup sounds really cool, and a great addition to his offense. And then he compares it to Jinrai, which I know all you guys hate Jinrai. I know y'all do. So it's only a matter of time before people start complaining about this move of Akuma. But doesn't matter. It's Akuma. It's Goki. He's untouchable, okay? Just going to have to accept your fate. Okay, then he goes on and states that Demon Flip feels fast. He can dive kick you from it and get hella plus frames if spaced correctly, and the overhead seems safe, if not plus, if you block it. So when it comes to going in, he can definitely do it through the air if you're not paying attention, which that's the staple of Akuma. Demon Flip, oh yeah. Now we're cooking, baby. So I believe it's somewhere, it should be here. I went ahead and made it normal speed so you can just see how fast Demon Flip looks. I mean, it's maybe the fastest it's ever been. Demon kick low, fake, throw, demon kick. I mean, that one. Okay, specifically. Look how fast the kick was. Good Lord. I mean, that came down very fast. That right there, that's what Evie is referring to. The overhead, the little chop that comes down. That's it's kind of resembles Goki's forward heavy punch in Street Fighter Five, where he just kind of jumps up and comes down with his chop. Seems like it kind of resembles that. In the previous games, that punch was more like a palm that would come down, but this one seems safe, if not plus, if you block it. So I guess depending on the range, all that good stuff. And you can see how fast that is too. So, I mean that's classic Goki, baby. I mean all offense, keep you guessing, keep you on your toes. That's what we love about Akuma. Okay, and then he states that his Ashura Senku, the teleport, cannot be special canceled into, which I thought was weird. But my guess is they didn't want strike, teleport, command grab to be a thing because the grab hits you really fast, which is probably why they made it this way. All right, so teleport into command grab. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's real nice. So he states that he specifically says command grab too. So uh, it seems like it's not like a hit throw. It's actually like a command grab, which is I think is really cool. So it seems like it's more so style points. I mean, uh, I can't imagine just kind of thinking how practical that will be. You can't special cancel the teleport, right? So it's gonna have to be done raw. Uh, and if, of course, it doesn't have any invincibility either, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you're doing this like a bait like this is actually a really bad bait. I mean, most people are not gonna bait like this, and Ryu's not gonna do I mean, heavy DP. I don't know what that's about, but you know, if you're wanting to punish, a reversal on wake up, Akuma is gonna be able to murder his opponents if they screw up, and highly doubt that this is gonna be even close to optimal punish for something like this. So I don't know. I mean, it definitely seems like teleport is not that strong in this game compared to other games. The invincibility is a huge thing, but at the same time, we don't know the potential behind, his teleport game. Teleport into command grab. It could be really special. So we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, and then he pretty much finishes up. Overall, I think he will be insanely fun to play and really strong in the hands of specialists. His damage looks okay, but it has a lot of room for improvement, especially in the corner. He is by far the most difficult to play Shoto in the game currently. And I like how he says that his damage looks okay, but has a lot of room for improvement, especially in the corner, because Akuma has so many moves. Like if you just watch over that entire trailer again, he has crap ton of moves. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of routes. I mean, he has a lot of situations where he can juggle you constantly in the air. I mean, he's going to look hot, man. I mean, he's going to watching Akuma, like a high level Akuma play, is going to be a work of art. He states he is by far the most difficult to play Shoto in the game. Obviously, I mean, you can just tell that, straight off the bat. I mean, it's not Ryu, it's not Ken. I mean, we all know that, right? So TLDR, definitely really strong in the hands of a Goki main. Needs some time to marinate, in his opinion. People will probably pick him up, get two touch, and say he is weak early after launch. That's the classic. You already know that's going to happen. I feel like that's customary for every Akuma iteration, right? He's a glass cannon. I mean, put it simply as that. And for Akuma fans, if they're not already, about that lifestyle, then I don't really know what to tell you at this point. But yeah, you just got to be sharp because you only have 9,000 health, so you're gonna melt like butter. He states there is a good chance Luke and Ryu will be perceived as stronger than him, especially in tournament. Yeah, I mean, early impressions. What can you do about that? But he is a character to look out for because his toolset is very loaded, like I said. And once a few people get really good at him, Tokido he will be scary. Please, if anyone has any questions, ask away, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that was actually a really good assessment, a good breakdown of some of his stronger moves, some of the moves that may have been overlooked a little bit. So that was a good assessment. I liked going through that and breaking it down. I hope that gives you guys some more insight into his kit and where his real strengths lie and where his weaknesses may show a little bit. But that's it for this video. Hopefully more Akuma news continues to come out because we have maybe 2 weeks now, and I'm foaming at the mouth for Akuma. So I'm gonna need some more content, okay? But if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel grow tremendously. And this is definitely going to be the channel for Akuma content. So stay tuned.